Twitter is suing the Trump administration in order to protect the privacy of one of its users. Now, apparently what happened was after Trump got elected, members of the government, people working for the federal government, created Twitter accounts under aliases, of course, in order to openly criticize Donald Trump. Now, it's not really openly criticizing because they're not revealing what their identity is, but they're trying to make a point that they are resisting some of the policies that Donald Trump is rolling out. Twitter filed a lawsuit Thursday against the US government to block a request to provide personal information about a user who goes by USCIS. So this account specifically focuses on Trump's immigration policies and how ridiculous they are. And the Trump administration, I'm guessing Trump specifically, hates the criticism. So they're trying to get the personal information of these Twitter users probably to retaliate. So let me give you more details on that. So an agent with the US Customs and Border Protection faxed a summons to Twitter last month requesting the user's account login, phone number, mailing address, and IP address. Wow. So again, shortly after Trump's inauguration, alternative or rogue Twitter accounts began popping up for the National Park Service, Environmental Protection Agency, NASA, and more. The accounts claim to represent the views of government staffers who oppose Trump's policies. And again, Trump hates it.
Hey, you don't even know that they're government staffers. So,
yeah.
Look, I know one group that is definitely going to be opposed to Trump on this, and that's the alt-right. Because the right-wing guys online, if there's one thing they care about, it's freedom of speech. So, when it's Nemo or their other beloved icons, they say, hey, freedom of speech, he's allowed to say anything he wants, don't you dare try to do anything about it. Now their special snowflake president is so hurt that he's going to violate people's freedom of speech. He's going to go to Twitter of all places to out someone who's criticizing him. I thought you guys thought that criticism was the totally fair game. It's like the greatest thing in the world to criticize people. But when it's your dear leader, I'm sure that you're not going to be hypocritical, right? You're going to call Trump what he is, a snowflake, and you're going to tell him to stop getting triggered and respect freedom of speech.
Stop being a cuck.
Yeah. It is really ironic that, certain people have built a career off of pretending to be advocates for freedom of speech, when in reality, they're like the first people to get super, super offended if you ever say anything defending moderate Muslims. They're the same people who can't handle any type of criticism whatsoever. Like their entire existence is about bitching about people criticizing them, and then they'll turn around and be like, I'm an advocate for free speech.
Exactly.
No, you're not an advocate for free speech. You're pretending to be, but that's pretty much it.
Ironically, can I just say, that's such a great point, Anna, but I hadn't thought of it that way. Ironically, they're hiding behind freedom of speech so that their feelings don't get hurt. Right? They're like, oh, no, I'm allowed to say whatever you want. And by the way, I know people like this in real life too. So they're like, well, I'm just honest, man. And they'll say terribly insulting things to you. And the minute you say anything back, they're like, oh, how dare you? And they'll get offended and they'll do meditation and stuff. Right?
You should be arrested for that.
Yeah. So they're just, you don't believe in freedom of speech. You just hide behind it because you're a little special little snowflake. So if you actually believed in it, you'd be like, I can't believe how wrong Trump is on this.
That's wild because conservatives do care about free speech. And me, I'm a classic liberal, which means I'm conservative, but a little bit libertarian and probably something else.
Oh my God.
I don't know who you might be referring to.
No idea. Okay, so bye.
It's the one and only Digo Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.